What's the dill pickles? So what we have here is a Monster Moto 80 minus the tarp weight. So I've got a little bit different of an idea for this. What we're going to be working on today is something I saw at Busco Beach last year, and I just had to have a set for myself. My buddy Chad came up with these, and it was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. For those of you at That Mini Mayhem, you probably remember them as the buddy bikes. This part of it is going to be quick and dirty. I've got a different plan for the motors, but I don't have everything together yet. So for today, we're going to be making the buddy bike system, basically connecting the foot pegs on two Monster Moto 80s. That being said, let's get after it. All right, so after going over this for the last like 2 hours, this is 1.25 inch square tubing. Decided to go under the bikes. Yes, it's gonna eat into my ground clearance. I'm aware of that. I promise it will be okay. So anyway, so we'll use this 1.25 inch square tube with these 1-inch flat bar brackets that I've just drilled a hole in. So your bolt will go straight through there, have one on each side, just like so. Tack those in on all 4 foot pegs, and the bikes will be joined. Huh. I don't even have the bar hooked up yet. That's a good sign. Okay, so I've got the bottom bar done connecting the 2 frames at the foot pegs. Now, I need to connect the steering. God, I love where this is going. So I'm thinking I can just put a piece of flat bar across here with a tab using these existing bolts, and on that tab is going to be a mount for a ball joint that goes over to the other one. The other bike will have the same thing. So you got a little bit of flexibility, and it connects both the steering together so 1 or 2 people can ride this. That's the whole point of the buddy bike. Nice. All right, we got the steering mounts figured out. Now we got the tie them together. This is a tie rod end from one of those little Chinese quads. I've, for some reason, got like 10 of these floating around my shop. So basically what I'm gonna do is cut this bad boy in half, and then I'm gonna use some pipe, sleeve over this, make it way longer, so we can use these ball joints in the steering rack. And we'll connect those here and here. Tie these 2 together and they'll steer together. And then they're easy to take off if you want to use the bikes independently. All right, so I took a few minutes to fully weld this lower bracket, and I'm really stoked at how it turned out. So she's nice and fully welded in, and I used this bad boy right here. This is my Best Arc MiG 145. The people at Best Arc reached out and asked if I would like to review this welder. I'm gonna have a full video review on it coming out later, but so far I am very impressed with that welder. It's tiny, it's light, and it does exactly what I need it to do. But if you're in the market for a new welder, try the Best Arc MiG 145. I believe you can get it for under 200 bucks on Amazon. It rocks. But anyway, enough of the sales pitch. Let's put some mini bikes together. Another little trick that I learned from Chad is using these hitch pins instead of bolts to put the foot pegs and the bars on, because they can be easily disconnected, and then you lock them back in place. Instead of having to carry wrenches around to change everything around if you want to, you just pop that loose, switch it around, put it back, and you're done. So that's it. We've got buddy bike. I'm actually going to put 110cc pit bike engines on these complete with the wiring harnesses and all. There'll be electric starts and there'll be automatics. The whole reason I'm going with the automatic setup is because if you've got shifters and one person's in a lower gear than another, that can cause a lot of problems, tear some stuff up. So they're going to be 110cc automatic e-start engines. I'm still gathering parts to get that in place, but so far I'm really happy with this. They turn like they're supposed to, they stay together, and it feels really solid. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Quick and dirty update on the pit bike swapped mini bike. This is a 110cc automatic. I've got the mounts almost figured out, and I was stoked to find out that the exhaust requires no modification. It bolted right in. The frame has also not been modified. I'm working on making a cradle to swap these engines in and out as needed, but so far so good. Now I got to do it again. So looking back on it, I probably should have filmed making the actual motor mount for this thing, but I didn't because I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to work. So I'm going to go over exactly how I made this motor mount, and maybe you can make your own. So the mount itself is actually really simple. It's just 2 pieces of flat bar and 2 pieces of 1-inch square tubing. Now, you may have to use larger square tubing or larger pieces of flat bar depending on what you're going to be swapping your pit bike engine onto. This just happened to work for me. And this is really cheap. I think I have maybe 15 bucks worth of stuff wrapped up in this. I put riv nuts in the bottom of mine just so when you go through the mounting plate, it goes directly into here and I don't have to worry about having nuts and bolts sticking out of the top. But all I did really was laid this in the frame over the slots so you can use your existing slots to change your chain tension. I bolted these flat bars to the motor, set the motor in the frame on top of these bars, and lined it up to where my chain was going to be in line. So my sprockets from the engine and from the rear wheel were in line. Tacked these in place, double checked it, took everything back apart and fully welded it. And yeah, this actually works really, really well. I spent like 3 hours trying to figure this out, and it turned out to be way, way more simple. This is obviously the rough draft design. Eventually I'm going to try and perfect this a little better, but I wanted to keep it as slimmed down as possible so you can still get to your oil drain plug. You're not adding a ton of weight to it, and it's not blatantly obvious. But this actually came out really nicely. I plan on doing this a lot more. Okay. So this mini bike came with a stock rear 35 sprocket. The output of the motor is a 420, so that's not going to work. I could not find a sprocket in 420 that would fit this rear hub. But what I did find is split sprocket adapters. So the center bore is correct. It'll bolt up using these inner holes right here. It's going to go on like that. And then, and ended up with some 42s. I may have to change some gearing, but I'll do it on the front instead of the rear. These split sprockets are going to make it a lot easier to fine-tune my gearing. I'm not planning on racing this or anything, but it'll make it a lot easier to just make it more rideable. Slide it back. I've got a weird problem. The weird problem that I'm having with both of these bikes is that I can turn this motor over with a cordless drill. I have compression and it produces spark. As soon as I connect a battery and try and turn it over with the electric start, there's no spark at all. The switch on the handlebar is in the correct position. I've tested everything. There is something grounding inside the electric start wiring harness and killing my spark, and I cannot for the life of me figure it out. But since I'm in such a time crunch, I actually took a pit bike wiring harness, which is way simpler and doesn't have all the electric start mess in it, and put it on here. Well, now I have spark all the time. If I have time, I'm going to try and put together a completely separate electric start circuit for these bikes. And if I don't, I'm taking a cordless drill with me in Busco, and I'm just going to start them with a cordless drill. I know it's not the best way to do it, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I don't recommend doing this by any means, but you got to do what you got to do. Now, I do like the fact that there is way less wiring involved when just using the pit bike wiring harness, but I'm going to show you how I plan on starting this bike. There's a 14 millimeter nut in there holding on the flywheel. Like that. I don't have an exhaust on it right now, so. But it does work. It does produce spark, so I think I'm just going to send it. Yeah. So really all I have left is to straighten up the wiring harness, put a chain on it, put the seat on, and make sure it test fires, and then do it again on this bike. Now I get to show you why I use the original mounting slots with the adapter. You see how easy that was? Way easier than fooling with this thing. That ain't even worth it at this point. This is awesome. So as I sit here editing this video, I realized one thing. I took these bikes out and test drove both of them just right around my house, you know, just to make sure everything was working, and never once turned on a camera. So yeah, by themselves, I can tell you they are a handful. They're fun to ride, but didn't want to spoil the surprise for the actual buddy bikes, so here we go. All right, so let's do this. So I finally got them put together and took them to the best testing ground in the world, Busco Beach. There's the man who started it all, right there. Chad, question.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
Initial impressions, very nice. I have a feeling they're going to be faster than you want them to be.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm afraid for you. You know, so I have concerns. Yeah, so have fun. I'll be there to watch.
I appreciate your honesty.
Uh-huh.
You'll be there to watch. You don't want to ride it?
After the initial ride, yes.
It's just 220 cc's.
Yeah, no, but it's what, a total of 12 horsepower, something like that, right?
Oh, I haven't even thought of that, honestly.
Yeah.
I think the 110s are like 5, maybe?
Okay, fine. So it's 10 horsepower. It's about 5 more than you need. But no, it'll be it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I look forward to seeing what you can do with it, and then obviously in the spring we're gonna race. So.
That sounds a lot like a challenge.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, if you're up for it.
Yes.
Okay.
What kind of question is that?
Wow. I'm just throwing it down.
Heck yeah. Guess now I got to go find a willing participant to ride this with me. And I'm thinking, John, what are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? Yeah, you are. Let's go. Okay, so me and John just took the maiden voyage on the buddy bikes, and what do you think?
They're wild. It's something else.
Yeah, that is. If you time it right and you both hammer the throttle, it still pops up.
It don't go up evenly, but
no, it does not go up evenly.
Fun.
I mean, there's still some work to do. We had some casualties of war. We made it like our second pass down the drag strip, and the mufflers fell off. And then on the one John was riding,
it waterproofed my boots.
yeah,
At least the insides of them.
we first lost the intake valve cap. It came off and was puking oil everywhere, so you can see it all over the place. And then one of the bolts for the exhaust backed out, and we don't know where it went. So yeah, she's got a little flippity floppity going on. But all in all, I don't know about you, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I like it. I had a good time with this. This is fun.
That exhaust stud exited the chat early.
It really did, though. A lot of parts exited the chat, which that's kind of what happens when you wait till the last minute to try to build stuff. You miss things, but it's fine. I had a good time with it. This is really fun. We're gonna try and get some footage of it just with the bikes separately, you know, just not the buddy bike format. I'm pretty sure just one of these bikes by itself is gonna be dangerous. So there you have it, 110cc pit bike swap mini bikes stuck together to form the buddy bikes. And these are an absolute blast to ride. I had a really good time with these. Me and John discussed it, and later on we'll probably go back to Busco and maybe run the track with them separated. So there'll be a separate video on that later. You will see more stuff with the Chinese pit bike and quad engines just because they're everywhere and they're really fun. There's a lot of applications, especially with this adapter setup. This has opened up a whole bunch of new doors and projects for us. I appreciate everybody coming back and tuning in. I know it's been a long time since we posted anything, but you know, just life. But anyway, if you haven't already, you can like and subscribe. And until next time, y'all get out there and get after it.